Trolls will always be trolls. Hey guys, it's John. I'm here doing my video stuff today, and I had an experience that I wanted to share with you, and I find it empowering. I feel sad for someone else, but I feel empowered in a lot of ways, because I just recently had a troll who decided to make a response video to one of my videos. And let me just start with saying he did not make a response video to my video. He made a response to one section of my video. He didn't stay and listen to the part at the end where I showed him the pathway to a joy-filled life or loving life. He didn't stay for anything else other than just hearing the one sentence and commenting on it negatively. And it was really very interesting, because he put a message on the comments board saying, "I made a response video to this on my channel. Check it out." Well, what he was doing was he was trying to mine my audience to go over and listen to his channel. So, of course, I went over to his channel, and I checked out his channel. His channel, I forget what it's called, but it's a channel that promotes the belief in a sewer matrix. He believes the world is a sewer and a place of misery, and that we're all here to suffer, and it's a terrible place to be, and it's a soul prison. All these horrific things he's saying, and he's creating this belief system around his content to put people in fear or to propagate other people's fearful beliefs. And it's interesting, because my response to him was, let me say what his response to me was. His response to me was, he heard me say that we choose our life, and that's basically all he responded to. He said, and then he came back to say that I was, a terrible person or whatever, because I was, saying this, and I didn't even take the time to think about the idea that children were born with deformities and all this stuff. And my response to him was that I said, your answer, I said, first of all, I said, thank you for sharing my content with your audience. I truly appreciate it. Your answer depends on life being finite, and I believe in eternal life. I believe in life after death, and I believe in life before death, and the possibilities of us choosing our potential life before we come absolutely is part of my belief system. And I said, so I'm choosing to live a loving life, and I said, you're choosing because of your limited scope, you're not looking at all possibilities. And I said, but thank you again for sharing my content. I said, and any of you on the channel here who want to have a more joy-filled, loving life, come over to my channel. Check us out. Well, he responded. Oh, I didn't say that yet. I didn't say that. I said that in a different response. He responded saying, exact quote, "I'm sorry for the misery that you're in. You deserve better." And I was like, so my joy is misery to him. So in his mind, my joy is misery. So then he starts basically telling me how wrong I am, and it was very interesting. And I said, listen to the words you're using. You're so angry and miserable. But listen to the words I'm using. I'm living a joy-filled life. I've traveled to 30 countries. I've done all these things, and that's because I believe I am, and I'm creating, and I'm choosing. I said, and then I said, for those of you on the channel, if you want to choose a joy-filled, loving life, check out my channel. And then I said to him at the end, I said, I'm not angry, but am I trolling you? I am just offering you an off-ramp. Will you take it? And he hid me from his channel because he didn't want his audience to see an off-ramp, because he has derived the idea that his power of pushing fear and anxiety, he's mistaken that power for love. It makes him feel good to spew anger and misery and hate and suffering. And that we live in a sewer matrix, which is the most ridiculous statement I've ever heard in my life. But that we live in this terrible, horrible place, and every day, someone tells me that they love me, Every day I tell someone I love them. Every day I laugh and I smile and I enjoy my life. Every day. Now this guy doesn't understand. I was born with spina bifida. I was one of the kids with deformities. I was a guy who broke his back at 22 and was told he was going to be paralyzed. And I believed my way out of that experience. So his limited scope of there's nothing before or after death in life, so that limited scope limits him from being the possibility that we can create our life or we can change something better. But that's not what's happening on his channel. His channel is not about creating a joyful, loving life. His channel is literally about creating misery and creating suffering, and creating hate and trolling. And it's just a bitter, angry thing. And then what he did to add to his trolling aspect, he went on and every comment that was underneath that video about choosing your own life, he said, I did a response to this on my channel. Check it out. He was just trying to get you guys to go over there and be miserable. So I hate him for my channel. So it's just a miserable person trying to spread misery. Now let me say this: I'm an empathic person. When he started talking, I could feel the anger and the negativity and the desire to be powerful and the fear that he was spewing. And all I can do is offer an off ramp, which is what I did. Word for word, I'm offering you an off ramp. Will you take it? And he chose to hide me from his channel. Well, hiding me from his channel, I am not going to ruminate on the fact that he didn't take my off ramp. I came there, I shined my brightness into his darkness, and he shied away from it. It's not my responsibility to save him. He has to make his own choice and live his own life in misery, or to choose to come to a loving space. I'm hoping that seeing my response not name calling or trolling him was really an opportunity for him to maybe think about it. But it's not my responsibility for him to make the choice. He's got to make the choice himself. And that choice, if he makes it, will change his life forever, because his belief will change. And his belief will be the next choice about his life. And he can surround his life with a loving life. So I just wanted to say that, guys. You guys have a great day. And I will talk to you soon. I love you all. See you. Bye.
Thank you so much for watching. The John of New channel is solely funded by your generous donations and purchases of private readings and merchandise. To help out, go to johnofnew.com or use the donation link in the description below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.